Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Workers and Resources. Hope we're having a great day. I'm going to take our cargo train that we've got going on here, and I'm going to bring it to the depot because, well, I don't know if I have to sell the cars. I really hope I don't, but this train is currently trying to do two different purposes, and it's not meant to. So we're going to take this train, and we're going to reconfigure it so that it has a sole purpose, and then we're going to get another train to do the other purpose. And I'm hoping I can just drag these cars. Yeah, good. Okay, that's how you unload them. You just drag them down into these rows and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and buy a vehicle. It's going to be a diesel locomotive, and I like this DR class, but I also sort of like seeing different trains. I don't know, I'm guilty. Just to sort of differentiate them so I can look at them and go, that one is doing this. And I don't think I have the ability to like recolor these trains. I wish I did. Let me see really quick. Can I see? It would be really cool if I could just repaint this exact locomotive because I like this. But so this one here looks like it's pretty powerful. I don't know about the whole importing mass coal thing, but that's what this train is for. So let's just pick one that's, God, this is the cheapest one too. All right, we're going to take this one here just because it's a little bit heavier, a little bit more powerful, but it's also pretty cheap compared to like a lot of these other ones that are massively strong, I guess. So we're going to buy this one, and we're going to load the coal hoppers up to this one. And then we're going to go ahead and buy a couple more coal hoppers. I think the box car is not what I want. This one is just cement, so I think it's just these hopper cars. So we're going to add 2 of these hopper cars down here. And the goal here is to purchase a whole bunch of coal and bring it to its destination. That's what this train is for. Eventually, this train will have another purpose once we have the other thing happening. But actually, maybe not. Maybe this will be our coal train. I might actually name it Coal Train. Let's actually do this. We're going to call it Coal Train. Not to be confused with COLE, but yeah, this is Coal Train Locomotive. And I think I think I'm going to keep it as a Coal Train too. Sure. All right, so this one here, we're going to have to adjust its route a little bit. We're going to delete this stop. At the customs house, we want you to do, hey, can I have your... I think I have to select it and scroll down. Yeah, that's how it goes. Okay, so let's put this off to the side for a second. So at the customs house, you're currently unloading steel. We're selling steel. I don't want to do that. I was also buying steel and selling steel at the same time. I don't know how that happened. I might have just, I don't know. I don't know how it happened, but either way, we're not going to sell steel, okay? We're selling the prefab panels, we're selling bricks, and we're selling boards. So that's what we're up to. So we're going to unload everything. Good. Then you're going to come over to this station here, this stop, and you're going to load up prefab panels. Okay. 100% of what you're capable of, which in this case is quite a bit, I think. Let's just take a look at your advanced setup really quick. So your top car here, you only do panels, looks like. You're exclusively prefab. That's what this one's supposed to do. Then you're going to take... Look at all the steel. Oh my god, look at all the steel in here. Okay, you don't need to drop off steel anymore. We're good. Granted, this is for the rail construction, right? Which, by the way, we've got 2 of them now. That has created some complexity, as I knew it would, but I've worked it out, I think. If there's more problems with trains, I suppose that will be what we have. And it looks like vehicle stopped is probably... Yeah, I don't have vehicle stopped anymore. Just stop production. No big deal. All right, so prefab panels in this one. I think prefab in this one too. And maybe we just allow anything in this one. I think so. We'll allow anything in this one, including bricks. And then this one here, these flatbeds, we're going to have the wooden boards be in this one here too. So we're going to disallow bricks in here too, please. There's just boards and wood, and then also just boards and wood. And maybe we'll have a dedicated brick hopper here because you're going to load up 100% of your panels before, and I don't want you to do that. So I can't make it dedicated bricks. I don't want to do that. Okay, I figured out the route we're gonna do, so I'm sorry about that delay. So this route basically is to go to the customs house and unload everything. So you start the route from absolutely empty, okay? Then what I'd like them to do, or I'd like the train to do, is stop by the bricks really quick. And what I want you to do is load a very small percentage of what you can load. So I just want a little bit of bricks. I don't need to flood the place. So let's just go do 29% for now. It's just a really small amount that you can get into your hoppers and stuff that you got. Then you're going to whip around over to this storage here, and you're going to load up as many prefab panels as you can. Then you're going to come over here and load up as many boards as you can. Then you're going to come all the way over to Gorod Stali, like this, and you're going to unload everything here. If for some reason it fills up and you're unable to unload everything here, you'll then move to here and unload everything there. From this point, you're going to load up a little bit of steel, just a little bit, because I need to transfer some. We have some over there, but we're using it. So we're going to transfer some steel. Then the train is going to go all the way back over to that construction storage. All right. And we might load up some boards here. I haven't actually decided. It looks like we are. So I'll probably load up some boards. We're not going to load bricks here. But some boards, yeah, that's fine. We might even be able to load a little bit of steel. But, I mean, there's a lot of steel up here. So the idea, though, is that from this storage, let's not load steel. Just load any boards that you might have, really small amounts. Then you're going to come over here for your final stop, and you're going to unload the steel. Okay? For this final one here. So you're going to load up more prefabs so you can sell them, but also we're going to unload the steel. If for some reason you can't unload the steel because it's just, it's just everything is just too full, that's fine. At the customs house, you're going to sell 100% of everything you got. And that's how it'll go. That's the route for this train. So we'll go ahead and start that and get it moving. So it's got a little bit of a different look to it. Actually, it's the same exact train as it was before, to be honest. It's the only difference with that train now is it doesn't have the coal hoppers. Now, the coal train, let's take a look. So for the time being, we still have to buy coal at the border. So I still need to go ahead and do that. So your first stop is going to be the border. We're going to load up on coal. I'm going to have you load 100% of it. Then we're going to come all the way over here. That's a lot of money, too. I don't know about that. Let's go 59 for now. I don't know about this. 69%. All right. Then we're going to take and have you come all the way over, coal train, and drop it off here and unload. And that's it. That's your entire route. There's nothing else to say. Goodbye. All right, good. And what that does is it gives us a higher capacity train to drop off coal, and it also allows the train to drop this stuff off because these are in two separate spots. And having a single train do this, the only way I could have a single train like I had before do this would be to come over here and have some sort of a train loop that allows it to turn around here. And if I could do that and have it turn around and meet right back up with this, then sure, it could drop off the stuff and then come around and then drop off the coal, pick up the steel and go. That might be an interesting loop to do, but I have enough tracks as is. I know it looks crazy, but it's not. There's a sophistication to this that I like, okay? And do I have more tracks than I need? Probably. I probably could have been more sophisticated in how I made it. But it does do the exact job that I want it to do. And with the semaphores, the signals and stuff, they're all working beautifully. Trains do not run into each other. Trains do not have conflicts right now. As we add new trains, that might change. But we're adding new trains. We probably have another, I want to say I have another 8, maybe 10 trains to add total to the entire game. So there's a lot of trains that I want to have, and they're like dedicated routes and stuff. So let's go take a look at our coal train here really quick. I'm probably going to start. The thing is, if we're exporting the oil and buying the coal at the same time, I don't think I'll actually see my money go down if I did that. So the coal train right now has 126 tons of coal. That might not be enough. I'm going to have it pop up to... we'll see how the money flow goes. We'll go 90% for now. But that's our coal train, and it's going to come and drop it off for us. Like I said before, we have 2 trains that are managing tracks and stuff now, so these are locomotives that are going to get in the way too. But again, the signals are good. Like they're gonna keep going. They're gonna keep being out of each other's way. Everything is gonna work out. So I don't have any issues. Maybe I could speed that up a little bit by maybe dropping another signal like right here, just to kind of. I want to put a signal here, but it's not going to let me. Yeah, right here. I could maybe do that just to get this train going a little bit faster, but it's really irrelevant. It doesn't matter. So there we go. All this stuff. And now that makes steel being needed over here even more important, because now there's two separate trains. In hindsight, rail construction yard, absolutely we should be putting it in the middle. It'd be much easier, but much faster. But I didn't, and I'm not going to reposition it. It's too much money. So many construction helicopters going off and doing things. I love it. All right, so yeah, most of this beginning of this episode is just an update for you, but I wanted to show you we got roads and stuff going in. They've already built the warehouse, and construction hasn't started on the big buildings yet, primarily because there's no road to get to them. Helicopters can drop stuff off, and that's cool, but the road construction crew cannot get here to start dropping off materials until there's actually a road, which brings me to these little tiny bits here. I can probably just pay for them to speed them up. Yeah, whatever, just pay for that. But now that I have a road here, the road construction crew can now start on these three buildings because there's a road connection. So, yep, I'm just going to let this keep going. We got a whole bunch of buses going around. These are all construction buses, the big blue ones. I made the blue ones construction buses, so I can tell them apart from a whole bunch of other buses. Although I think there are a couple. I think I have purchased a couple for like normal routes, like accidentally, but what is what it is. My idea was to just have the blue buses be construction, so I always could just tell them apart. Did our coal train work? Oh, I think it did. It doesn't have any coal. Dropped it off. I think it was instantly taken. Hold on. Are you instantly taken? You were instantly taken. Look at that. We blow through that coal so fast. Eventually, that coal train right there is not going to be going that way, right? It's going to be going from here to here. And it's going to have a lot more hoppers. I'm like probably like 20 hoppers, all right? It's going to come over here. It's going to fill itself up until full. It's going to wait till it's full. Then it's going to run over there, drop it off, and then come right back. And that's its entire route. So we'll need refueling and stuff through here too, which, I could maybe drop refueling in. Trying to figure out where I'm going to have the next sort of fuel source. Take a look at the map really quick. Next fuel source. We got a bunch of oil. There is some oil in this area. There's actually quite a bit of oil here that I haven't gotten hooked up because it's so far away from where I started. But, I mean, we've actually got decent sources here. Do pump jacks have pollution? Yeah, 4 tons a year. Okay. It's quite a bit, actually. But we have a little source there. A pretty good source there. We could have this be a second area. I think there's more than just that. I really do wish they would allow the overlay to show the resources as opposed to just having to reference your map. I don't know, this isn't a very good user experience, but maybe that was just their intention. Like, hey, work for it or something. I don't know. Yeah, this is a real good source. Look at this. 95. Okay, so instead of doing 193, I'm learning this as I go, because before I would put this right in the middle. Instead of doing 193, better to do 270s or 267s, right? So I could do one here, for example. Let's go ahead and have this be resource-based. I could do like one here for 70%. And then the other one can come over here and get like 73, 74. Look at this, yeah. I could even come over here and maybe do 70 here. And then I still have enough on this side for like a 53. The idea is to use the whole resource, even if it takes you extra materials or extra pumps. I messed this up huge at the beginning. So like there is a lot of resources over there that I could add a whole new pump to. And I may do that. 75, 76, yeah. So this area here, we could probably do one for 62 and then do another one. Maybe can we get like 55 or so? Yeah, 51 is still okay. So we can get this too. So we'll just have these sitting over here sort of waiting, right? But that's 5 pump jacks in this area. We can funnel it all into one oil source, and then we can have another oil refinery, and we can go ahead and totally do another oil refinery in this town, which is going to be named, and I don't know exactly where this is a reference to, but I'm just going by your names that you're giving me. This town is going to be called, I don't know how to say it, Iscatambola? Iscatambola. I don't know how you say it. Iscatambola. Yeah, maybe that's how it is. Anyway, that's what this city is. So we're going to have another one lined up over here, and they'll have a connection with this city connection, which is just a road. It's not really any major thing. We could also hook it up here. There's a power output here and a rail. Hey, there's a rail. Yeah, I knew that already. I just forgot it. I already saw that before. And then this one here has 3 rails, which is weird how it just sort of S-curves into nothingness on that side, but it doesn't matter what's on the other side. It doesn't matter what it looks like on the other side. You still have the same outputs, the same capabilities, etc. This here, for example, is totally not the 18 megawatt, but you can absolutely export 18 megawatt if you'd like to. It's just there, so I don't think you have to worry about what it is on the other side. Now, I am going to also start looking for uranium sources, because the next stage of our project is going to call for an upgrade in, it's going to call for a major upgrade in power. God, these buildings are getting close, aren't they? Look at this. It's like a slow moving object. Like the whole thing is just sort of moving all at the same time instead of one building at a time. I paid for this on total accident. I feel crappy about it, but at least it's a gravel road. But I paid for that one like on a big whoopsie. Same thing with these. These were all paid for with a whoopsie. And it's because they were planned, right? Originally, these were not part of the plan, right? These roads didn't really matter. It didn't really exist. This one did, but whatever. But like all of this didn't exist before. And it was planning. So I went over here and I forget where I was, like over here somewhere. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to pay for these roads. So you go like this, you have auto pay with rubles, and you click the road. And I just went about my business doing this, not realizing that by doing that, I made it to where my existing plans were going to build. So you have to watch that. Which is why once you're done planning and you know that you're like, okay, I like my plans, then just go ahead and tell them to build it with resources. Because if you ever accidentally click, it's going to cost you. And it did. Costed me dearly. Let's go ahead and get that done and this done. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of help them along with some of the money that I'm making. Just trying to get them to maybe stop focusing on the things that don't matter. Although they're actually actively working on that one, so I probably shouldn't be paying for it. But yeah, I want them to focus on the things that matter to me, not so much these little extra bits. It's more of a matter of time. I'd rather them not spend time on it. Because they have to go get the resource, come and get it back. It's just like, nah, I'll pay for it, you know? All right, I'm going to let this run a little bit because it's mostly been an update episode, but that's what happens when you set a big construction project. You have to wait for it to finish. But hey, we reconfigured trains. That's cool, right? If you're interested in how this neighborhood is doing, kindergarten, not even full. This one's very close to full. But there's capacity here, so hopefully they'll distribute themselves. The school, everything's working well with the school. Looks like we have a couple in the schoolyard over here. Okay, no big deal. Indoor pools are looking snazzy. And the little pubs on the end. Poor little pubs on the end. They're not getting used. I wonder if that's because of a walking path issue. Whoa. Hey, can you... Oh, don't be like that. You know. Do this. There you go. And then come over. I guess we'll arc ourselves up, I guess. Yep. And then we just kind of... I guess I'll cross the road here, because... Whatever. Yeah. Maybe that'll get people to come to the pub a bit more often, or a bit more possible. I don't know. The pub is kind of all the way at the end, but... And you might be wondering, like, why place the walking path if the road's right there? They will walk the road. And it's just a matter of walking speed. If you haven't paid attention yet, The asphalt road has a 95% walking speed, but the footpath has a 112%. So putting a sidewalk next to the road does increase their range additionally. It's just having a road is not quite enough. The faster they can walk, the further they can walk, basically. So hopefully that will get people in on the pub. I do see somebody walking in there now, and this does not quite get them to the end of the block, but thankfully it doesn't need to, because there's another pub on this side, which doesn't have any sidewalks to it, so we should extend the range on this one as well. Let's go in like this and just kind of go around. That's probably fine right there. And I really want that to cross, like right there specifically. Would like that to cross. Wow, it is so touchy. Hang on. Let's see if I can maybe redo this. Go like this. It's interesting that it's not making a crosswalk there. I like the look of the crosswalk when it does it. I wonder if it has... Yeah, it's got a snap. If you can get it to snap to the road, then it will give you the crosswalk. And that's the snap, but it can't do it because of this. I probably are going to have to redo all of the power lines in this area just to get this sidewalk to do what I want it to do, which isn't a super huge deal. All right, I've got an adequate extension there on the range for things, so that should be totally fine. I want to take a look really quick at my highway idea, right? Now, I still don't know if this is better, all right? But I like the way it looks, so I've kind of committed to it. So we've got this sort of merger here, but like, look at this. I've even added some trees. I planted some trees just to kind of give that little in-between. And I think it looks kind of nice. You can get multiple cars like driving right next to each other and stuff. You know, they can pass each other pretty easily now. Some trucks are, faster than others kind of thing. And I'm digging it. I think it's cool. Of course, this right here is not one way. So until this is done, which is, I don't know, like another 23,000 rubles worth, but whatever. But until this is done, this has got to stay this way. So you have to build it in waves. And then when I get here, it's probably an issue. Because I think I might be able to do it here and here. But it's going to be tight. And then definitely at the end, there's like no way I could do it. So this is going to have to merge, basically. And I'll have like a little intersection thing here. But I just sort of like the highway. I like it. It's just like, oh, it looks nice. It looks very, like this is more what the Soviet, inner city main road looks like, right? Big, wide, open space, double. Wait. Oh my God, I thought you were on fire. I really did. I thought you were on fire. Yeah, open spaces, double one-way sort of main drive. That's what I like to see. This train is problematic, man. It's just not getting any oil. We're not able to give this tank any oil because I'm filling it with this one. If I take this and I tell it not to prioritize, then I think I can get this oil. Yeah. But then I start giving less to this one, so I have to watch that. But if I stop prioritizing that, maybe it will work better. Because now we're starting to at least fill up on some oil. And like when this thing goes to the border, look how much money that is. It's pretty serious when that thing goes to the border. And I might actually start losing money. I might drop to 0 here in a second, so I might just send it on its way early. I think I will. This one here is pretty close to full. This one's never going to be full. Not unless this one's full, and this one's almost never full. So this one here is almost like a tap directly into production sort of thing. And that's the reason why I haven't done an aggregate loading for trucks here yet. I still let them come in here and do it right directly from the tank. It's because we're never going to get this thing full, and it's like they're only going to be able to get the fuel as fast as we're able to pump it out of this anyway. So I don't think so, just because of the way that's set up. And then we have little traffic jams and stuff that sometimes happen here. It is what it is. I guess if I had the aggregate loading, maybe that wouldn't happen. Maybe it would be faster. Because there's only one parking spot here, and I think the loading has 2. Let's just see really quick. I think it's in Pipeline. Yeah, fuel loading and unloading for trucks here, right? I think that's what this is. This is the rail one. This is the truck one. Yeah, so we could just basically set this here, and then they can come in and fuel here instead, and it's way faster for them to fuel here instead. I guess it's one of those things where it's like I might as well build it, right? Yeah, I mean, it is a might as well kind of moment, so okay. We'll build this one, and then once this is done, we'll have to change the... I'm just going to pay for that little road. Once this is done, we then have to change the like all the distribution centers. It's going to change to this instead of that. And then maybe, I don't know, I don't think so, but maybe it improves the loading process on that and maybe speeds up traffic. I don't know. Yeah, and we're loading up the fuel here too. This is always like a 200,000 ruble plus, 200,000 plus ruble train. It's very nice. And actually, I'm almost out of money, so why don't you... doesn't matter though if I'm out of money. You know, like, look, it hit 0. Aren't you proud of me? I don't know if it matters. You know, got dollars going up too. Yeah, whatever. 213,000 about to go to the border as soon as it goes. So cool. And you know what? Actually, I wonder if that's just gonna, because we're still buying coal, right? I think once we stop buying coal, we're really gonna be going into the money. So let me let it run. That export will happen. Everything will be fine. All right, I've let it run for a long time. And look, we're in. We've done it. Yes, the trench is complete. Now, I have seen, this might be mods, so if it's a mod that does this, let me know, because I think it looks really nice. I've seen screenshots in this game of people having, like, concrete walls. You know, like an actual quay or whatever it's called, like, all along the sides of things, and I thought that looked super cool. I would love to do that with this. So if it's a mod, let me know. I'll see about adding it, but it's mostly aesthetic, right? It doesn't actually add any balance to the game. But, I mean, I guess I have to pay for it, so there's a little bit of balance there. But I want to pay for it because I think it looks really cool. So, yeah, I'd like to do that. Anyway, so that's all connected. So now, in order to get this completely connected to the global water network, we need to go this way. And I think I'm just going to, you know, basically it's going to go, I don't know, like maybe here. Yeah, we'll probably go there with it. All right. And then all the way... like that. That's going to be our markings, right, of where this canal will be, right? And so there you go. Of course, this marking is going to go away when the water hits it or whatever, but I didn't waste any money. I have to lower it anyway, right? And then I've gone ahead and I've actually made a straight edge over here too, just a little bit over here, because I got some ideas. I've had this idea for a while on this, but this idea starts happening once we have nuclear power. Okay, so nuclear power is about to be the next item up for bids, if you will. And once we get nuclear power, this goes away entirely. Okay, so that's like, I'm not even going to keep this. This is gone. And we replace this potentially with another oil refinery, but most likely we don't replace it at all. We instead have the new stuff that we're going to be doing here instead, which I'm pretty excited about. But the next thing I got to figure out, and I might have to adjust these rails later, which is not a big deal, is I got to get workers over here, because we're at the point now where there's so many workers over there waiting to get a job, and there's not as many over here as there needs to be. We still have a vibrant population here compared to what we, every house is full basically, but we still have a whole lot of people living with their damn parents. 21,000 people, right? It's crazy. We actually have, for a while there, we actually had about double the births than we had deaths, which was kind of nice. But we have some escapes too. Might want to look at that. It might just be not having a job, right? There's a lot of people who maybe don't have jobs or don't have homes. So I'd like to get them over here. And so the train, right, our passenger trains, we're going to hook them up, we're going to grab them, we're going to take them around, and we're going to bring them over here. So this is a work in progress. We're going to have to build this track. But the idea is I'd like the track to be, well, it's going to have to cross this. So I'm thinking probably from here we could do it. Maybe from, let's say, there. We bring it out. I don't want to auto pay this. Hang on. So we could bring this out like this. And it crosses maybe here. And, you know, honestly, I'm going to have to probably redo this anyway. You know, like this isn't going to be an exact science or anything on this, but we can bring it around like this. And we'll have, you know, passenger trains and all that stuff happening here. But I mean, I'm going to rebuild it, which is why I'm only doing the 70-kilometer ones. I'm using the boards instead because I'm not entirely like committed to exactly where this train is. Plus, our workflow that we're going to have in this area, there's going to be a train, but it's not going to... Like, it's going to be, there's going to be cargo stations and all sorts of stuff like that. And the reason why I made a flat edge, hang on a second. Let me just draw this real quick so I don't forget. Because we're going to want to have, I think, multiple passenger trains. We'll probably have 2 trains going through here. Yeah, do I just merge this track for now? I could just merge it for now. It's a lot. That's an awful lot to merge, though. I think it'd probably just be better off doing this. Pause it really quick. Bring this around. Yeah. Just, it's not that big of an expense to just, you know, recreate that line. So we'll build that with rubles, and then the train track, right? We're gonna head out this way with it, and then we get to about, you know, here-ish. And then we start going that way, and we merge back onto the train in that direction. Kind of like that, yeah. And then, you know, this track is also gonna ban. I think I need to go out a little bit. This isn't, yeah, this isn't big enough. We have to go bigger with this. I don't want to. Let me say go on the plans, but I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redraw this anyway, so. I want to get rid of a portion of my plans. In order to do that, I gotta basically tell the game I want to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna maybe take this a step back to about here. And then we're gonna go... yeah, I still think this is a good spot, though. I like to go like right before that semaphore. Yeah, there we go. Right before that. And then around like so. That's pretty good. That would be the wrong side, though. Yeah, that's why it's pretty good. There we go. I probably could have just canceled plans. Yeah. And then we're going to hook that up. It's the same. It's a very similar intersection to what you've seen in other places already. So, and then I'm also kind of tempted to... I could bring it off of this line, but I don't know. I kind of want to go out further. Maybe after this. Yeah, maybe we'll go after that semaphore. So maybe around, say, I do want to go pretty tight here, though. On this side. Yeah, we can go tight on this side. And then around here. And then I guess this will have to go that direction. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. And then for this way, I guess I won't go very wide out after all, but all right, whatever. We'll go to here. That's fine. And then also out like this. Yeah, that's a good train intersection, okay? It's a solid, I give it a solid B+. And then I'm going to pull this back a little bit because it's not straight, and I kind of want it to be straight. There we go. All right, so they're gonna build this. All right, my train people, my train track builders. Right, they're gonna start building this, and it's gonna give us a train track that kind of comes from that side and merges us around and gets us all the way into here. And then we're gonna have, I'm gonna have to redo this, but you know, with the power lines and stuff, but we're going to get a passenger terminal here, and then they can get offloaded so they can work with chemicals and they can work in all these things. But also, this same exact train line is going to take students into this area so that they can get themselves learned. Yeah. That's what they're going to be doing. I just haven't decided if I want the train line to come through here instead of going around here. Because I feel like this is cleaner, but I also feel like I want a harbor and like some passenger train or passenger boat type stuff here. I don't know. This is just sort of a wing it episode where I'm talking a lot, and I know that makes people very happy. I mean, we did get a train and we did lay some tracks, so I mean, it's not like I did nothing, but there's just a lot to take care of. I've let it run so long because I got to get those other buildings built. So yeah, I guess that's what you get. You get an episode where there's a ton of stuff happening, and then you get one that's a little lighter, and then you get one that's a ton of stuff, and then you get a little lighter. You know, I guess that's what happens in a let's play, I suppose. Also, I should probably reconnect this road that I destroyed. I don't even know if I I just totally messed that up, didn't I? Where is you? Yikes. Okay, I guess it didn't completely suck, but I want you here and then here. There you go. And we'll ruble that. Yeah, that's a verb now. Cool. That's all connected. All right. So anyway, yeah, that's the plan. Passenger trains here. I got to let this run. So you might see me later. I think next time you might see me probably with all of this done and working. You know, I mean, they're almost, look at this building. Like, this is getting real close. 31,000 left here. And this one's, you know, maybe 200,000. But once they're done with this one, then they're totally focused on that one, right? And yeah, it's pretty good. Trains are working really well. Of course, most of these trains are going to be using different bridges when this is all over with. But right now, they're just sharing this one. So a lot of our semaphore action is temporary. And I don't like how that zigzagged through there. I might change how that is and clean that up. But in any case, thanks for watching, everybody. I do appreciate you. You can like the video if you like it. I hope that you'll subscribe and do all those wonderful things too. And once we get this train track made, which is very close, I might pay for it. Then we can start getting we can get passengers brought down over here. Ooh, this one's confused. Well, it's probably confused because, again, it has to construct a train track and then come back on the exact same one. And I have semaphores and stuff probably stopping it, but it's okay. I'll fix it. Thanks for watching. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.